Okay, we're going to talk about sizing dog clothes today. When we talk about measuring the dog's chest is right here. The waist is down here. So we're going to measure Dixie Belle's chest. And if we look, her chest is 15. Now you want to go a little bit loose, so I tend to look at clothes and say I want like 16 inches. That gives plenty of wiggle room. Let me show you again. If I wrap my tape measure around Dixie Belle and I go to the 16-inch mark, see, we got plenty of wiggle room in here, okay? Now, we're measuring her length. What you're measuring for length is the neck to the base of the tail. This is the length of the dog. So, we put our tape measure at the back of her neck.
You're making this so difficult, little girl.
Stand up, stay. Okay, at the back of her neck, and we come down to the base of her tail. Is 13 inches before she sits. Okay? So that's our measuring a dog. And just in case you're not already aware of this, the neck is right here. Okay? Dixie Belle has right, if you want to go by the loose theory, about a 10-inch neck. See, plenty of space in there. Now, we have overalls.
Those are not what I was expecting.
Do you see the overalls? Now, how do we measure overalls? One would think that from here to here would be our measurement. That would be the logical practice. Okay? Now, we have to figure out the measurements of these things. So if we start all the way at the tippy top and we go to here, we've got just under 12 and a half there. Okay? But since the tippy top is in front of her neck, that's not how we measure it. Remember what I showed you from the neck to the end for the length. So we're actually measuring from somewhere back in here to the length, which makes this 10 inches, not 12 and a half almost. See, that would bring us out here. Okay, so what happens when we go in? Oh, and here's the other thing. Now I'll show you when I get it on her. When we go in and we put our outfit on our doggy, okay, we bring her.
Really? You're making
Sit. Not gonna sit. Okay.
When you want her to sit, she won't sit. When you want her to stand, she sits.
This would normally be considered our chest measurement because that's where we would think we would want it. See, this is her chest here. And this is the area where it wraps all the way around. And the top of this comes to her shoulder blade. Unfortunately, we're not meeting the back of her butt. Okay? So, in order for it to come down here, we have these excessively long straps, which we are going to put on her here. Okay? And now she's going to get kind of crabby because she doesn't like having me put her feet and stuff, but there we go. Footy. Footy. Okay, the reason that you don't see any kind of photos of a dog wearing these is because this is what a dog wearing these looks like. The entire top section of her back has nothing. We would normally expect the overalls to come up here with the little straps tightened in, okay? But there's no room to do that. An honest measurement of the length of this item is really about 8.5 inches. Okay, can you see my measurement? Okay, and you will see, if you bring the camera down here, the chest, this is somewhere vaguely around her chest, but it pulls all the way back here. It does not measure the way that they say it will. See how the things are pulling down this way? This should be wrapped around her chest. This is an incredibly poor design. Sit. It looks really silly on a dog because she's wearing like half a clothes. She needs something up here. Absolutely atrocious product, and that is why I gave it the review I did. And I just thought maybe someone would like to see some pictures of what this thing actually looks like and why the measurements are complete and utter garbage. Okay, you can stop. This dress was measured out as far as the length. I believe the product said 12.5, but I'm going to double check it. But you can see this dress is actually 13 inches long. And it's also measuring from up here to down here. Now, come here, sit. Notice it's also got straps. It's also got a front portion, okay, like an overall would. So it's not unreasonable to think that the straps would have been hooked here. See? Like, okay, look. Can you see the comparison? Ta-da! See? Can you get under there and see it? Have you got it? Okay. And we can see the comparison with that. And then, look, we can see the comparison here. And I'm trying real hard not to put this thing back on her because she doesn't like it. What it would look like to hook it up top. Just like the other outfit does. You can see the way that this outfit should look right behind her neck. The thing is, if you look at the dress, I actually went here and shortened it up to make this dress fit a little better. And in theory, that's what the buckle is for on a pair of overalls. And that is why I said the measurements were wrong.